So I got to be honest with you. What looks like could happen to vet over the next few days does not really look all that good. And this is the daily chart I have in front of me, and we're going to talk about that now. To start with, let's go to TradingView. It's one of my favorite tools that I use pretty much every day. We're going to look at their technical analysis, and we're going to start on the the 1 day time frame. We see a sell here. Oscillators are neutral. Moving averages are sell on a 1 day. The weekly is a bit better. It shows a buy, neutral on the oscillators with a strong buy on the moving averages. And the month looks like a buy. Oscillators neutral, moving averages a buy. Now, everything I'm about to say here in this video is over the next few weeks, few days / few weeks. I hold VET. I am optimistic on VET. I am bullish on VET as I am on crypto. I think if we look back at the charts on VET in a year from now, we'll see that even right now at around 0.03 was a fantastic position to be in if we would have bought more. We can only look back at the all-time highs for VET. What was that? About 0.28. Okay, so we got plenty of room to run for those all-time highs. I'd love to see those all-time highs again. Will we? Who the heck knows? You know, I mean, who the heck knows? We went from what was that, 0.28 down to all the way down here of a low of 0.013. So again, who the heck knows? But I would love to see an all-time high in VET, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is more near term. And more near term, this is what I see. We had this fantastic run up from October and November. We went up 2.5 times. We were about 0.015, if I recall, back in October. We hit a high of almost 0.04. And we kind of used this once we blew through this area of 0.033 to 0.035. It was used as support. And you can see the market kept coming to that level, bouncing to it, but not through it, kept getting picked up. All these wicks below kept getting bought up, right? There was something that happened on the 3rd of January. I remember that day clearly. It had to do with Bitcoin on the 3rd of January. I had woken up. I was making videos. Was it the 3rd of January here? Yep. And Bitcoin had broken 45,000 the day before, and there was this nice green candle that looked fantastic. And I was thinking, fantastic, that's great. Looks like Bitcoin's going to make some rises up to about 48,000, start challenging that. Everything was looking good. I was looking at VET on that day saying, where's the 3rd? Right here. I was saying, looks good. If Bitcoin goes up to 47, 48, we're going to bounce off this support again and head on up to some new highs. But alas, somebody got to typing on the interwebs and put out some false information that the SEC was going to deny the Bitcoin ETFs. And that happened. In 2 hours, if you go and look at the hourly charts, this fall from top to bottom happened in 2 hours. Of course, Bitcoin recovered. The ETFs did get approved, blah, blah, blah. But it caused us to break through these levels for VET, and we have not regained those levels. You can see we reached a high right here on the 11th of January, but have since fallen. You can see there's a lot of price action right here, right around this very important 0.03 level. 0.03 is important for, well, several reasons. One, it's a nice round number, so humans tend to gravitate toward it. We will obviously talk about 0.03 much more than we're going to talk about 0.02976,159, right? So 0.03 is a big number. If I go to the weekly, there's this blue line, which is a trend line that goes all the way back to the highs of these swings in 2022 and 2023. See how it's drawn down? And it intersects with our current price and time today, this week, right at this 0.03. So if I go to the daily, well, there's that blue line again. It's the same blue line, and it intersects right now with 0.03. So 0.03 has been acting as a pivot point as we go up and below it. We haven't strayed too far from it. We get too high, sellers say, okay, let's sell. We get too low, buyers say, fine, that's a discount, we'll buy. And so we've kind of come up to this level right here as far as being where we are, and that's 0.03 and this line right here. Now, I think VET, along with other coins, are going to be following Bitcoin over the next while, just because Bitcoin is the primary catalyst of crypto. And it's had its nice run up. Here's where the ETFs were approved, and we got up to 49,000. And then a bunch of people came in, sold, took profits, moved monies, whatever you want to call it. And we've since gravitated all the way down to this 42,000 area. And we're sitting on this upward channel, the bottom of this upward channel, which we've been in since December. And it would be my guess we're eventually going to break through that and hit 40,000. Whether we do it this way or whether we do it this way, I still think we're going to hit 40,000. And I don't think it's much contest. I think we're going to hit 40,000 before we would ever hit 48 again. I think there's just been so much upward movement in the market, so much optimism over the last few months with this rise in Bitcoin, really all year. Bitcoin has really been rising since back here of its lows back in December. And it just seems like we got a post ETF approval blues right now, and that hitting 40,000 is just going to be more of the resetting as we find a new foundation in Bitcoin, perhaps for higher highs later this year. That's my theory. Could be wrong. I could wake up, we could be at 47, 48,000 tomorrow. No one would be happier than me. I'll gladly be wrong if Bitcoin goes up, because that means VET will go up, and VET would be up here, break this level, and go back up to the highs. I just don't think it's going to happen. No, I'll take that back. I don't think it's going to be the first thing that happens. I unfortunately think, as a VET holder, the first thing that's going to happen is Bitcoin's going to hit 40, and we're going to end up in this range right here, ranging 0.027 to 0.03. We could fall further, just depends on if Bitcoin falls further, or if it falls below 40. Well, obviously, this is going to be our next range that we'll enter. This is an important range here, though. If I scroll over here, look at how many times we've got tops and bottoms through this range. There's a top here, right there. There's a top here, right there. There's a top here, right there. A top here, right there. We came into this level and then dropped back out there. Can y'all see that? A top here, we broke through, came back down, made another top here, never saw it again for a while, and now we've come back through. We've broken through nicely, but it's not going to surprise me if we enter this area. Now, what we want to do if we enter this area is not break through it again. We don't want to go to 0.027. Long term, it's not going to mean much. Long term, I'm still thinking VET's going to continue on higher, but goodness, short term, I don't want to see VET go down back through here and have to break this level again. It's been such an important level. So I do think we're going to enter this level. I don't want to see it broken. Again, that's just my preference. Has nothing to do with the market. But I think over the next few days, we're going to find price here. I don't think that's a problem. Short or long term, I don't think it's a problem at all. Even if we entered back into this 0.024, I don't think that would be a problem. I see nothing but higher highs coming in 2024. Goodness, we got all this time. Look at how much time we have. Yep, that's about the end of the year. Look at how much time we have to make newer highs. Even if we fall down here, we got plenty of time in 2024 to go up and make newer highs. And of course, we'd have to have help from Bitcoin to do that, but it's got plenty of time as well to make newer highs. 2025 is right here. So we got all this time to do a little ranging, a little pullback. It's not going to hurt us. It takes patience, but it's not going to kill us. Let's find some new highs in Bitcoin, and let's do the same in VET. We'll be patient. We'll hold. We'll add. If you're interested in adding more VET, you might find a chance here. If you're going to be very particular about adding more VET, and you're going to say, I want to make sure or do my best to catch the bottom, if we enter here over the next few weeks, grab some. I think you'll be happy that you did. All right, that's my update on VET. We'll keep up with it together. Y'all be sure to check back. Take care. Be careful out there now.